Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of March 29th through April 4th. And during that time, we have a waxing gibbous moon, and that's a time where we're really buckling down and working on things that we started during the new moon, but we're showing that we have the ability to be flexible and make adjustments. So we then have the full moon energy, and that comes in on April 2nd, although it may come in a day before and stay till a day after, depending on your sensitivity to the full moon. But that's a time of heightened emotions. You might feel overwhelmed and anxious. You might be a little snappy and irritable, or you can just have a lot of really great energy, which is what I have. But I do get, interruptions in my sleep. So keep that in mind. We then move into the waning gibbous moon, and that is about being calm and stable. It's, just a little not as crazy as the full moon, right? But it's a good time for self reflection. Also, a good time to get rid of bad habits and negative thinking. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So, as always, please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't on the table here for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is, what do you need to release? Okay, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling my fun weekly reminder this week, Leo, is that you try to get out into nature a little bit. I know we've got this big full moon, so I know here where we are, it is getting a little bit warmer, so it'll be nice to get out maybe at night and enjoy that big full moon energy. But try to get out in nature, just kind of hang out with the birds a little bit, take a walk somewhere, find a place with a beautiful view, and just really commune with the beauty of nature a little bit this week if you can. All right, let's get into this reading. Leo, March 29th through April 4th. What do you need to release? And your overall message right now, your overall present energy is the Hierophant energy. So could be that you are seeking some sort of guidance. And usually this is in the spiritual realm. This can come when you have a big decision coming up or you've recently learned something. It could be why you're at a tarot reading right now, where you're kind of just seeking some guidance when it comes to spiritual things, and you kind of in that realm. We all kind of go in and out where those things are really, prevalent more in our life some weeks than others. So this just seems like one of those weeks for you, and it could be something that you do need to release, that's something that you're working on as a skill right now, is just releasing things. What is your current situation is that, yeah, may have some sort of decision coming up here with this Two of Swords here. So Two of Swords is about thinking through some sort of decision. So there might be something that you've been mulling over that you're really kind of looking to the universe for some sort of guidance about. So definitely watch for those synchronicities. Think about things that you've learned in your recent past, things that have come up for you in your recent past, as you're mulling through those decisions. But, I know a lot of times we want to make those decisions that are best also for our overall life, but also for our spiritual life, and you kind of, well, as we're learning more and more who we are, those decisions do get a little bit easier for you. At the root of your situation is the devil. So it could be that, yeah, you're working kind of against something here, and you're feeling the devil brings in just self-doubt and negativity, and this could be some dependency or something that you're working on or someone around you is working through also. This, the devil's about being closed-minded or being obsessed with something. But the devil is really, it's false obstacles. But trying to recognize what is that? It's like that can be, that's the challenge there. It's like, what is false and what is real? So again, this is like the devil that's on your shoulder that's saying, yeah, you can't do that. Well, you're trying to make this decision, and that just negative self-talk is coming in. And again, trying to just clear the air and decide, like, what is a real thought or what is the devil coming in there. And that is why getting out in nature, it definitely is helping to clear your mind and let those thoughts, if you can meditate a little bit and just kind of let those thoughts come in and out and just observe what those thoughts are, not really taking them to heart, but it gets you to a place where you can be more clear of mind, right? In your recent past here, Leo, is the moon. So, maybe something has come to you in some intuitive way, maybe in a dream, that's kind of triggering all of this, right? You have to make this decision, but you kind of know on some intuitive level because you've had a dream or you've had some synchronicity. Like I said, watch for those that has come in, and it's kind of guiding your decision, and this devil's making you second guess everything, so it makes decisions a little bit harder. And it's a trick. It's a trick, so get your mind clear, right? What is on your mind this week is the Six of Pentacles. So this is about some sort of exchange. In this card, of course, this is a material exchange, but this also could be some sort of energetic exchange. And by that I mean, I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, just a relationship where there's kind of an energetic exchange, and this is about material things, but for some reason I feel like because it's on your mind, and it's just coming to me that this is more an energetic exchange, and this could be some work project or something that you're involved with creatively that is kind of an exchange of energy. It's like a give and a take, but it's on your mind this week. It's like, is it, is it too much to be giving this much of yourself, or is it too much to be taking what you're taking? There's kind of that question that I feel like you're kind of struggling with a little bit this week. Again, seek out other guidance as well. What is just ahead of you this week is the Magician. So here comes the Magician to clear it all up and say, hey, let's make a decision, and let's move forward. And in what way do you want to move forward? So after you think all this through and kind of clear your mind, clear your thoughts so that you know which thoughts are yours and which ones are like those false thoughts and false insecurities that are coming in, then you have the clarity of mind to really say, okay, you know, here's what I really want to manifest, and here is the element that I want to use to do so. In your advice position, Leo, is a new journey. So there might be something here for you that the Magician leads you to, that it's like, yeah, we're going to let some of this stuff fall by the wayside, especially these negative, this negative talk and this negative self-talk. And we're going to start this new journey. I'm almost getting like, you never know until you try. So you might need to try the thing because you just never know what might happen. What is beyond your control this week? Let me grab a drink. My voice tries to. I'm so sorry. I grabbed an ice cube. Beyond your control this week. Let me get through this ice cube. I'm an ice chewer, so it's so natural for me to get one. Beyond your control is to really just enjoy the fruits of your labor a little bit. So, you're mulling through this, you're thinking through this. You've got the Magician there asking you, what is it that you want to do? And I feel like you do make the advice is to make that decision and just move forward and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the fact that you get to make that decision. I always say that a choice is a luxury, and if you have the choice to do something, and you have the luxury to do a thing that you want to do, then go ahead and take it and do it. What is your secret desire? What are you trying to avoid? Of course, you're trying to avoid a tower moment or some life disruption. And I get it. And because this devil has definitely put this false thing into your head that you're either that it's like being worried about things that you don't need to worry about. Which is that's hard for me. I struggle with this all the time as a Leo. So I have this bracelet right here that is to remind me that, hey, that's not my problem. So, because I'm very good at just trying to worry about things and probably control things that aren't mine to worry about. So I've been wearing this necklace to try to remind myself, we're all learning things all the time. But of course we all want to avoid a tower, which is, some disruption or some rude awakening or something, but don't forget that sometimes those towers are big teaching moments as well. So keep that in mind. If there's something you just can't avoid, let it fall, let the tower go. You're going to learn something out of it, and you just pick yourself up and move along. So in your outcome, Leo, let's look at you with the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like this decision that you do, when you finally get to this decision, you're moving yourself into a more successful place, and it could be a more successful place financially. This could be about a job thing that maybe you're mulling over, something with a job or something that brings in money. I was saying with this give and take, are you giving too much where you are now and not feeling like you're receiving what you should be? Is not the kind of compensation. I don't even mean monetarily. I mean just your whole life. Of course, money is always a part of that, but it's like, are you happy where you are? Is it fulfilling where you are? So, what is it that you need to release and let go of energetically so that you can start anew? What is hidden from you this week, Leo, is the Two of Pentacles. So, yeah, I'm not even feeling like you have to really juggle things or balance things. It's almost like these are deeper questions. Again, that might be why you're at a tarot reading. You're like, is this in line? Is this change? Is this new start in line with what I want to, with how I want my life to be spiritually? And if it is, then that's a go for it. If the answer is yes, then sometimes doing the thing that seems a little bit non-traditional will bring you to an amazing outcome. So, all right, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message here for Leo as they looks like they're going to struggle with a bit of a decision this week. And the card for you this week is to nurture yourself first. So, yeah, again, is it taking too much from you? Do you need to nurture yourself? Could be. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Leo this week. Self-care for Leo. And the card that you get is the card called Growth, which I love that. The tree growing out of a house kind of reminds me of that Lenormand deck a little bit, right? The tree in the house cards. Evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I feel like your message last week was something about your comfort zone as well. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And if you need to make this decision, then you need to do it. It's going to be lucrative in the end. It might be a struggle at first, but I feel like you are definitely being asked to release some sort of something, some sort of fear or something. And probably it's these false fears that the devil brings in. So learn how to separate that. Learn how to separate what's you really talking and what's the devil. Again, meditate in nature. It's a great way to get to the bottom of those answers. So, Leo, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. Let me know, did anything here resonate with you? Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those. Also, hitting like and subscribe helps my channel, and I hope that I appreciate that so much. So if you do that, thank you in advance for hitting that like or subscribe button. So thanks so much, Leo. Good luck with all of this, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.